Alright, so recently I made a video about cursed engagement rings, and there were some comments asking me to do one specifically about the ring that was in the movie The Ring. Well, I went ahead and did some research on that, and it turns out there is actually a legend behind this. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that one right now. So let's jump straight into it. This is the tale of a wedding ring, a curse forged in gold. Now, in the heart of forgotten folklore, there's a warning echoed down the ages. Never wear what isn't meant for you. Some objects carry more than memories. They carry the dead. This is the tale of a wedding ring, a symbol of eternal love that instead brought eternal death. Our story starts in the quaint seaside town of Tyre, located in southern Lebanon. Now, this place is steeped in history, where ancient ruins mingle with bustling life. It's here where, nestled between the aromatic spice shops and the laughter of children playing, there's an old antique store. Its windows dusty, its name long forgotten. One day, amidst the chaos of everyday life, a young woman named Leila stumbled upon this shop. See, she had just gotten engaged to be married and was searching for the perfect antique to add to her collection. As she stepped inside, the bell above the door tinkled faintly, the only sound in the cavernous space. She moved through aisles filled with antiques, each holding silent stories of times past. Then she spotted it, a golden ring nestled in an old velvet box. The ring was intricate, fashioned in the lost wax style. It glistened warmly, inviting her to touch it. As she slipped it on, a chill ran down her spine, though she couldn't explain it. Days passed and the ring became an obsession. Leila couldn't stop thinking about it. She revisited the store, but it had vanished as if it had been there. Confused, she asked the locals, but none remembered such a shop. Had she imagined it? Was the ring a figment of her fancy? No, it was real. And so was the shop, tucked away in an untouched part of the city. The old man behind the counter eyed her knowingly. He knew the ring's story and he didn't want her to buy it. "Who are you?" she asked, startled by his knowing gaze. "I've been here before," he said cryptically, "and before that, my father was here. It's a family tradition." He hesitated, then added, "Be careful what you wish for, child. Some things are best left undisturbed." His words hung heavy in the air, yet Leah, driven by the ring's allure, ignored them. She bought the ring without another word. Back home, she cleaned the ring, revealing engravings of flowers and vines. In the center was a faded portrait of a woman with sad eyes. Who was she? What was her story? Leila couldn't know. Back in 1928, Tyre was a hub of activity. Amidst the trading ships and street vendors, two families stood out, the Masris and the Haddids. Their children, Rana and Youssef, were to wed. It was to be the event of the season. The wedding was grand, held at the luxurious Casino de Tyre. Gowns swirled, music soared, and vows were exchanged. But not all was as it seemed. Rana's sister, envious of the attention on Rana, plotted. As the celebrations reached their peak, she slipped a vial into Rana's drink. It was a potent poison, a concoction of jealousy and despair. By morning, Rana was dead, her skin as cold as marble. Her sister watched, a twisted smile playing on her lips. Before they buried Rana, her mother placed her wedding ring on her finger, whispering, "May whoever finds it suffer the same fate as our Rana." Then the earth covered the casket, and the secret of the poisoned bride was buried along with her. Now, years turned into decades, yet the story of the ring remained. People whispered of a bride who roamed the streets at night, searching for her lost love. Some claimed to see her in the antique shop, her eyes filled with sorrow and rage. After buying the ring, Leah couldn't shake off this feeling. Like a premonition, it shadowed her every move. Then strange things began to happen. Objects moved on their own, doors slammed shut, and a chilling laughter echoed through the halls. At night, the laughter grew louder, more menacing. The walls seemed to bleed, the portraits on them contorted into grimacing faces. One night, Layla awoke to a terrible sight. Her husband was floating in their bathtub, his face drained of color, his eyes wide with terror. But how could this be? The tub was dry. Panic clenched at her throat as she pulled him out. His body was cold, his skin clammy. She called for help, but no one could explain what had happened. The police called it a freak accident, but Leela knew in her heart that something sinister was at play. Days turned into a blur of fear and sorrow. Layla couldn't understand why her husband had died. Then she noticed a faint glow coming from her ring. When she removed it, she saw the image of a woman etched into it. Her eyes, hollow pits of despair, seemed to bore into Leela's soul. In that moment, Leela understood the ring wasn't just an antique. It was a vessel of sorrow and vengeance. Driven by a desperate hope, Leela decided to part with the ring. She threw it into the sea, watching it disappear beneath the waves. But the next morning, she found it back on her finger. She stared at it in disbelief, tears streaming down her face. Why did it keep coming back to her? Days passed, each one more terrifying than the last. The ring pulsed with an evil energy. Then one night, Leah woke up from a nightmare. The room was filled with the scent of decaying roses. She felt the weight of the ring growing heavier by the second. She struggled to remove it, but it wouldn't budge. Suddenly, the walls rumbled. The portrait of the sad-eyed woman had fallen, and in its place was a gaping hole. From it, tendrils of darkness snaked out. Reaching for Leah, she screamed, scrambling away from the hole, her bare feet slapping against the hardwood floor. But it was too late. The darkness enveloped her, pulling her towards the gaping abyss. She thrashed, clawing at the darkness, but it was no use. The ring had claimed her, and soon she would join the ranks of the damned. As the first rays of dawn peeked through the curtains, the townspeople gathered outside the house. They had come to pay their respects to the latest victim of the cursed ring. Inside, the house was a scene of chaos. The walls were torn, the furniture overturned, and in the center of it all lay Leah, her form twisted in a final scream. The ring, now dull and lifeless, lay beside her. They buried Leah next to her husband, unaware that the cycle was far from over. The ring, it seems, is still out there waiting for its next victim. Now, the legend of the ring continues to echo through the ages. Each time someone dares to wear it, they become the next pawn in its deadly game. The question is, will you dare to wear it? Would you risk it all for a chance to own the most cursed ring in the world? Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching.